Welcome back to day 2 of Launch Your Semester Proof Business in a week. So last time we talked about what a semester proof business could look like and how digital products could help us build that. And I wanted you to answer or complete this one sentence. Blank will be able to blank if they only knew this blank. All right, so if you don't know what that means, go back to the first video so you can fill in that sentence as your homework. So that is the foundation. Now, let's move on to the next step. So today, we're actually going to be outlining your digital product. Yes, we are here already at the outline. And in order to help you do that, I want to help you avoid some mistakes that will make it really difficult to sell your digital product online. So if I knew these things beforehand, it wouldn't have taken me 2 years to make my business profitable. It would have been profitable instantly. So you're welcome. You can learn from my mistakes. All right. So the first mistake that I see new digital product creators make is they are too broad. The person they want to help is like a huge group of people. They want to help them in a really broad, basic way. And that will make it really, really difficult for you to sell. So for example, my own first digital product, my grad school survival guide, which I turned into the course Grad School Prep. Originally, it was for any and all grad students. And that sounds specific, right? But after my first initial round of sales, my sales started to become very stagnant. And what I learned was I wasn't specific enough. I had to ask myself the question, would all grad students get the same type of value from this product? Like, would every grad student at every stage get the most out of this? Which type of grad student would actually get the most benefit from this course? And for me, it was incoming grad students, students who hadn't even started grad school yet. They were the ones who would benefit the most from my grad school prep course. It's in the name, and somehow I didn't even make that connection originally. So even though I thought I was being very specific by just creating something for grad students are they in the dissertation phase? Are they doing research? Are they in coursework? Is it their first semester? Are they applying for jobs? There's so many different problems that grad students have that I could have been more specific about addressing. And so once I realized, oh, incoming grad students is who I want to help, then my business really took off. So mistake number 1 is being too broad. So I challenge you to take who you decided you wanted to help and get even more specific about that. All right, mistake number 2 when it comes to creating your digital product is creating it before you know that people actually want it. I know, this is a scary one. So it feels counterintuitive, like you want to sell something, so shouldn't it be created already before you start selling it? Actually, no. So here's why. So if you spend all of your time and energy creating this awesome digital product, so like for me, let's say I'm creating a product for grad students who are teaching for the first time. And so I create this whole thing about how to teach. And then I try to sell it, and every grad student I find is like, actually the teaching's not bad, it's the research. I've wasted my time on creating this thing and no one actually wants it, right? So what we're gonna do instead is figure out what the people want and then create what they want. And I'm gonna walk you through how to do that and how to actually make sales before you create the thing, and how to use that to validate your idea. So we don't want to be wasting time, because as academics, our time is very valuable and we don't have a lot of it. So mistake number 2 was creating it before you know people want it. So here are the 2 qualifiers. Number 1, it must be something people already want. We are not going to waste our time convincing people to buy our thing, convincing people to want it. You have to figure out, what do they already want and how can I create the thing that helps them get to what they want? And then number 2, it must be something that people are willing to pay for. Like, I was listening to one of my business mentors give an example. So someone wanted to create a business where they help people with self-care. And it's like, people kind of already know how to do self-care. They just aren't finding the time to do it. And so that's not necessarily something people may want to pay for. So you may want to think about how you position what you're offering. All right, here's another mistake. Thinking that the digital product that you create today will be the same digital product that you're selling next year. No, that is not how it works. You will iterate, you will create better ideas that are more beneficial and valuable for the people you want to help. This is why I don't recommend spending all your time creating your first digital product, because it might not be the best, and the best will come later. And so you don't want to waste your time trying to make it perfect when it's never going to be perfect, right? So perfectionism does not have a place in creating your first digital product. You just have to get it out there so you can iterate and make it better. Let me tell you the easiest way to test your digital product idea. Launch it, but launch it at a no-brainer price. Maybe launch it at like $19 or $17 or $27, $37, $97. Remember, expensive is very subjective. Like, pricing is very subjective. What's expensive to me is not expensive to you. So it all depends on your audience. And so for my audience of grad students, maybe $37 is expensive to them. Maybe $19 is a better price point. For me, purchasing business things, I paid $10,000 for a group program. And some of you watching may be like, oh my gosh, that is so expensive. But let me tell you, it was so valuable and changed my business. So expensive, inexpensive, it's all like relative. And so don't get hung up on that. But my recommendation is to actually just launch something at a price that's no brainer to your audience. And so here is what I want you to do. So this is going to be kind of scary. And so if you have resistance around this, that is okay. It's meant to be scary. But that's kind of what you have to do when you have an online business. You just have to put yourself out there. So here's how I want you to test and validate your idea. I want you to launch it live, and I want you to teach it as a class or a workshop. So whatever you decide to do, whether the end result is going to be an ebook or a template or a digital course, no matter what, I want you to test the idea as a low-cost class, like a live class on Zoom or a live workshop on Zoom, and charge $19, $27, $37, $97, however much you think your marketplace will put value on it. So your question will probably be, why not just launch it for free? Why not just do this class for free, see if people are interested in it? You could. But I would actually discourage that, because when people see something for free, they don't really equate it with value. Even if it could be the most valuable thing, because it's free, they don't prioritize it. So I have a free resource called Plan Your Semester Proof Business. It's wonderful. It's valuable. I could have charged money for it and people would feel great about it because it's really, really good. I've recently looked at the completion rate. Over 58% of people have not even started that video series. 58%. Only 10% have completed it. Why? Because it's free. People who buy free stuff, they don't have skin in the game. But when they pay a little bit of money for it, they're like, oh, I got to get my money's worth. I'm actually going to participate. And this is how you'll actually get feedback. And you'll hear, is this actually valuable or not? And so why is it important for them to tell you if it's valuable or not? This is the feedback you need. This is the feedback you need to iterate. And then you can decide, all right, well, I did a class about it. What would be most valuable? Should I create a digital course? Should I create an ebook? Should I create a template, right? You can decide after you launch it what it should be, like what the next iteration should be. All right, so are you ready for your homework today? It's gonna be a little scary, but I'm challenging you. This is the best way that for me that I believe that will help you launch a profitable digital product that will give you passive income throughout the semesters. All right, so here's your homework. You are going to share with your social media, your friends, your family, your email, wherever. You're gonna share about this idea you have and see if people have questions about it and see if people would be interested in it. Okay, and I'm gonna give you a template, so don't worry. I'm gonna tell you exactly what to write. Here you go. A lot of people, so these are gonna be the people who you help, have asked me about the specific topic that you're an expert in. So a lot of people have asked me about blank. So I'm gonna host a live class for anyone who is interested in Insert the transformation that you'll help them receive at the end of the class. What questions do you have about this topic? So I can make the class as valuable as possible. That's it. Just fill in the blanks with who you help and how you're going to help them and see the response. If no one responds, maybe it's not the best idea, but maybe you don't have a big following. In that case, so there's two options when no one responds. If no one says anything, if no one's excited about it, maybe it's not a juicy enough product idea. So I would recommend going back to the previous lesson and homework. Or maybe you don't have the right people following you yet. And so if that's the case and you feel like this is a really, really good idea, I just don't have the right people following me, you can ask your friends and family to share with anyone they know who fit the demographic, or you can start creating content based on that particular person and then launch when you meet more people who match the demographic that you want to help. Otherwise, you should get people saying, oh my gosh, I wish someone would have told me about this. I really want to know. I have a question about this, this, and this. And that's going to help you launch that digital product. Hi, it's Editing Toyin, and I realize I didn't even address the title of this video, which is outlining the content of your digital product. Where do you get the outline? How do you know what to talk about? Well, it's based on the questions that people ask you. So from that template I gave you, people are going to have some questions, or they're going to say, yeah, you need to talk about these topics. And that will be the content of your digital product. Give the people what they want. You should always include what people want. Maybe you know better and you know that they need to know more, but you should also include the thing that they want in their own words. And that is where you're going to get the outline for your digital product from the responses of the people who are in your audience demographic. And that is exactly what we're going to talk about in the next video. So on Friday, we're going to talk about live launching your first digital product that will be paid. People will pay you money for this. All right, so I'm excited. I hope to see you there. Let me know in the comments how it goes when you share my little template with your audience, with your friends, family, and social media. I know it's scary, but it's the only way to know if it'll actually work. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.